Hey, welcome back to Elisity Unlocked. In episode 1, we took Cork, one site of a larger pharmaceutical enterprise, from zero to policy ready, with every device discovered, enriched, and grouped by identity. Today we make our first pass at policy. We head into the policy matrix where Elisity already shows the real traffic flowing between our identity-based groups, and we turn those live flows into policy. We'll define what should talk to what, simulate it with zero risk, and then confidently enforce the safe, high-confidence policies first. This isn't full microsegmentation in one sitting. It's the practical first step, built on traffic you can actually see. Let's dig in. We'll start in the policy matrix. This is where the rubber meets the road. We can see side A and side B, which list all of our defined policy groups for this site. Hovering over any policy group shows the number of matched assets, along with more information. Each cell at the intersection of a side A and side B policy group represents a policy opportunity. Clicking into traffic flow view, we can see that traffic is already flowing between these policy groups. Clicking into any of these cells lets us dig into the details of exactly what communication is happening between devices in the side A and side B groups. We can even create a policy directly from the traffic analytics view by clicking Create Policy. We can define policies for entire rows that we know should be allowed or denied, or select specific cells within a row. The key thing to notice, you're not managing policy the old way. You just define what should talk to what and how. Elisity does the heavy lifting, pinpointing exactly where each policy needs to apply, without spamming rules across your entire infrastructure. You can also signal that enforcement is handled by an independent control. In this example, we're saying that access to verified servers and storage, likely in our data center, is handled by a Palo Alto firewall. And of course, define custom policies, specifying exactly which ports and protocols are allowed or denied between two policy groups. In this example, we're locking down management access. I'm building a custom security profile, SSH for remote logon, HTTPS for web management, and ICMP for troubleshooting. Everything else denied by default. When you're ready to save, you can click Save as a Simulation or Save as Active. Saving as a simulation lets you see the effects a policy would have if enforced, without deploying anything to your network infrastructure. Zero risk. After running for just a short while, Elisity surfaces a set of policy insights. Suggested policies based on the traffic observed here, combined with patterns from across many other deployments. Nothing is created automatically. We review every suggestion first. Each suggestion is a policy between a side A and a side B policy group, defining what's allowed or denied between them. They're grouped by impact, and each shows its projected policy coverage improvement, the exact amount it would raise our policy score, so we can choose to prioritize highest impact policies first. For this example, let's accept all of these suggestions to fill out our policy matrix. 256 policies, every one a simulation. Nothing enforced, no policies pushed to your infrastructure. And just like that, our matrix is simulated end to end. Now we can see how it would behave live and start enabling the policies that we trust. After you've analyzed traffic patterns and confirmed that these policies are accurate, you flip them to active with confidence. No guesswork, no more pushing policy and waiting for the call that you just broke a communication path someone was depending on. You've already watched exactly how the policy would impact real traffic. Using multi-edit, it's just as easy to flip those policies to active and start enforcing. As we deploy simulated and enforced policies, we'll start to see our policy and device scores in the policy matrix improve, giving us a reliable metric to determine policy coverage at this site. And that's a wrap on episode 2. We made our first pass at policy, reading the real traffic flowing between our identity groups, defining what should talk to what right from the traffic view, simulating with zero risk, and enforcing the safe, low-risk policies with confidence. And as those policies go live, our policy and device scores climb, giving us a real measure of policy coverage at the site. In episode 3, we will focus on continuously evolving and maturing your zero trust posture using Elisity intelligence and traffic analytics to pinpoint overly permissive policy, working in the zero trust posture dashboard to drive every policy set towards a higher score, and getting your enforcement, device, and overall posture scores where you want them. When you're ready to see what Elisity can do in your environment, head to elisity.com, book a demo, or see what our customers say. Thanks for watching.